Let's take it from the top.
Go ahead, again.
And lights up.
Stage reading.
Yes.
I give you the treasure of the Santa Isabel.
He holds aloft a large rock and throws it to the edge of the pit in a rage, not unlike the hermit.
If our luck ever turns, it certainly won't be here, stuck in superstition.
Peril plunges his shovel into the wall of the pit in disgust, but it strikes something. When he pulls it out, the wall rains gold doubloons. Nob thrusts a hand into the golden rain.
You found it, Captain! You found it, like! You found it!
Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my!
McGillicuddy compares the coin on his neck, a match.
The pit fills with pirates stuffing pockets, biting coins, throwing doubloons in the air, devil may
The beach, night. A driftwood campfire burns near a stack of dirty treasure chests, each bearing the 3-dice Portuguese crest. Just Bob holds a sleeping Sarah. Peril approaches, dragging a trunk with Tangent and McGillicuddy.
This is the last of them. 16 drunks together.
Peril sees the sleeping girl and kneels.
She'll sleep for a week.
I can't imagine a more heady day for a man, woman, or child, despite my best efforts to the contrary. And we owe it all to her.
Peril tenderly lays his jacket on her, strokes her cheek.
Kids.
Deck of the pool, day. The pirates surround Peril, who stands astride the glistening contents of the chests, open for all to see.
Mates, you know I'm not much for speechifying, but we've weathered many vicissitudes. Vicissitudes together. Contrary winds, falling spars, tea without biscuits, bar thambles, the cough, the cramp, the itch.
Well, I still got the itch.
We've been frozen, thawed, boiled, shot out of catapults, dressed in doll clothes, made to play You Smelt It, Who Dealt It in a very small closet.
Remember that merchant fed us nothing but beans the week before.
Rotten food, spoiled water, lost parking validations, my fit of madness chasing that whale, and remember the time we had to eat our shoes or starve?
Which time? We did it thrice!
Until last night, you could have rightly called us a bad luck ship.
Ah.
No, mates, no more touching wood, because today we welcome lucky Sarah Seagull.
Peril lifts his jewel-encrusted golden goblet to Sarah.
Huzzay! Huzzay! Huzzay!
They drink, then lift Sarah and pass her beaming overhead, the treasure of the Santa Isabel twinkling beneath her.
Now, what say we give her the honor of first choice?
Peril reaches into a chest and draws out an amazing strand of pearls. Sarah reaches past them and pulls out a golden sextant. Even McGillicuddy and Tangent manage a grin. On the side of the sextant is engraved Santa Isabel, just like Gumbo's bosun call.
Montage.
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 Various, the fools celebrate.
Knob and drag. Earrings, 5 torques, rings, a diadem.
Just Bob plays Got Your Nose with Sarah and a doubloon.
Captain Peril laughs, sticks a giant ruby in his navel.
A celebratory deck. Joyous pirates and their treasure.
Pulling back, the Fool afloat in the sea.
The ship shrinks within the labyrinth of islands.
The open ocean beneath a sky so bright and blue, it hurts.
End montage. Figurehead of the Fool, early morning. The Fool is sound asleep.
Quarter deck of the Fool. Sarah walks among sleeping pirates to find Peril draped over the ship's wheel, snoring. She shakes him.
There's a fog rolling in. We'd best rouse everyone out or we'll be kept at anchor.
Peril shakes himself awake. The ruby falls from his navel.
Oh, you beauty. Thought I'd lost you. Sarah, you may do the honors.
Avast ye, slugabeds! Out or down! It's deep blue sea by midday!
Oh, 5 more minutes.
The ship's waist, fog, later. The foremast Jacks and Gumbo sit in a circle mending a sail.
What do you do with your share, Sola?
It's more gold than I can spend in 3 lifetimes. Ha ha! My needs is few, but I thought I might sprinkle some on the orphanage what raised me. But however do I get it to him?
I'm buying the fool a new set of sails. I'm tired of patching holes.
Aye.
What for yourself, Gumbo?
When I was a lass of 6, my pa had left us, ma, brother and me. Said he'd be back when he could take better care of us. Always had get-rich schemes of one kind or another, pa did. Tucked this call into my bed for my sole inheritance. And we ain't seen him since then. If only gold could buy back a lost dad.
Now, if I could buy anything at all, I'd buy me daughter the finest dress in Seagull in the whole world, and jewels to match. But I don't know if she even lives.
No, speak up, maybe that'll lighten the mood.
Oh, I don't need much but a new pair of shoes, like. Ain't had a well-fit pair since I ate the last ones. What tickles Miss Sarah's fancy?
I have nearly all that I most want. A ship beneath my feet, the finest mates, a place to lay my head, the wind, the whales, plumbed up on Sundays.
Now, don't you prate on all philosophic? What of your family?
Listen to us, mates. The school can't buy us, but we all seem to most want. Freedom from running, freedom to be with those we love. I'd give my share, and yours too, if only my father could see me for who I am, and not some tender little girl. The things we most want, gold may as well be turning gold.
The quarterdeck, day. Sarah orients her golden compass and peers into the fog. On Peril's approach, she quickly tucks it away.
It's the third day without a noon observation. What's opposition, Captain?
We were headed northeast after we left the Keenans. By dead reckoning, the coast is 30 miles to larboard. Starboard. I mean, yes, starboard. No? Sorry, I mean larboard. Larboard is left, correct?
Sarah turns him around to face forward.
Larboard is left, starboard is right.
Just testing you. Of course larboard is left. In a fog like this, you keep to the deep water. Anyway, it looks like the fog's starting to break up.
Well, sir, by my reckoning, I have us approaching the Great Bottom Shoals.
The Scrape Bottom Shoals? No, we're well past them, trust me.
A muffled thump and a giant water geyser shoots up next to the pool, drenching the quarterdeck.
Was that a whale bridge?
That was cannon fire! The French squadron! Clear for action! Ready to start larboard cannon, if you please!
Pirates scramble over the decks. More thumps, and through the fog, muzzle flashes.
All hands make sail, Gumbo! Let's outrun them if we can!
Gumbo's call sounds, and pirates head up the ratline.
The bowsprit. Sarah, sprawled on the bowsprit above the fool's figurehead, its expression terrified. Peering through a seam in the fog, she spies water breaking over shallow rock. The fool is heading straight for Scrape Bottom Shoals.
The quarterdeck.
Fire as they bear!
The fool's cannon crash in succession as they return fire, but there's no good target in the fog.
Captain, peril! The Great Bottom Shoals are a mile dead ahead.
A mile? With this contrary wind, there isn't sea room to maneuver around them.
Look!
As the fog begins to break up, the enemy ship comes into view.
The wombat? Oh, Captain, you must warn them about the shoal. I feel most accountable if they came to any harm.
Who's this and what have you done with Sarah? They're firing cannon at us!
Captain Montgomery is a fine fellow, I hear. I'd hate to see anyone lose his commission or his crew.
I'll warn him, if only to forestall his attack and buy a sea room to miss the shoals. Ahoy, Wombat! Ahoy!
The quarterdeck of the Wombat can clearly be seen now. Montgomery stands at the taffrail. He shouts.
Do you wish to surrender?
Hardly! I wish to warn you that we are both on course for the Scrape Bottom Shoals dead ahead. If we slacken sail now, we might both just miss them.
Quarterdeck of the Wombat, continuous. Montgomery can see Peril and the diminutive but unrecognizable Sarah standing next to him. The fool blocks the view of the shoals.
A clever ruse de guerre, pirate captain. But these Scrape Bottom Shoals are well behind us by now.
Quarterdeck of the Fool, continuous.
Southwich top on that. The shoals are missing. Erased.
I am reliably informed that your charts may not be true. The shoals are not represented.
Fire!
Perhaps if we send him flowers and a cheese plate.
You did your best, Captain. Thanks. I'll see to throw the cannon overboard.
What?
We can't go around the shoal. We have to go over it. We have to lighten the ship.
Of course. See to it. Start the cannon and the fresh water.
The foaming sea rushes by. The pirate brass choir plays a stirring overture. First one cannon, then another splashes into the sea.
The quarterdeck.
Now's not the time, mates. Help lighten the load.
The brass choir members look at each other, shrug, and toss their instruments overboard.
The bowsprit. The fog is clearing. The shoals loom ever closer.
Sarah yells from the bowsprit.
2 points to starboard. We'll cross the shore at the deepest point, but Captain, we still may be too heavy.
What else can go? Food barrels, the billiard table, the anchor?
Already gone, sir. That Portuguese gold is heavy. What can we do?
A cannon boom and the near miss of a falling spar motivates peril.
McGillicuddy, launch the boat and put all the treasure into it. Everyone's share, nothing to be kept. I'd hate to sink with a doubloon's weight in my pocket. We'll tow it behind.
Right.
The ship's waste soon after. As one chest is lowered into the boat, pirates file past another. Nob adds earrings, Just Bob his purse, Sala a necklace. Peril kisses his belly button ruby, drops it in. The sound of waves crashing onto the shoals.
Hurry, we're nearly there.
That's the last of it, Captain.
From the bowsprit, Sarah sees the shoal closing at 40 yards. She looks aft. The final chest is being lowered into the boat.
The sea beside the Fool. A wave catches the boat as the last chest is handed down. The chest opens, showering treasure into the boat and sea.
Hurry!
Tangent has tied a rope to the bow of the boat and it swims free. The eyes of every pirate are fixed on the boat as it disappears into the fog behind them and smoke behind the Fool. A wombat broadside brings the Fool back to their senses.
At the bowsprit, the sea bottom is clearly visible through shallow water below Sarah. Jagged coral,
Black rock.
Foaming water.
suddenly,
All hands to larboard. Everyone, lean right.
Larboard, you ninny pickin', stage right for all love.
Underwater, the Fool's keel rolls right opposite the pirate's weight, making the draft of the Fool still shallower. Sarah's idea just might work.
Sarah at the bowsprit. She holds her golden sextant. She regards it a final time, holds it over the side of the ship.
Underwater again, the Fool scrapes across the shoal with a hideous grate.
On deck, everything not nailed down is violently thrust forward.
At the bowsprit, the sextant falls from Sarah's hand into the sea.
Underwater, the sextant bubbles past. The Fool barely clears the shoal.
Cheers for lucky Sarah!
Jose! Jose! Jose!
Cracking wood and distant yells. Behind them, the wombat has run aground on the shoal. Captain Montgomery watches as the Fool pulls away into open water. Around the wombat, cannon, crates, barrels, casks, everything begins to splash into the water to lighten her.
Your hand was well played, Captain, but the next hand shall be mine.
The quarterdeck of the Fool. Sarah has joined Captain Peril, who picks up his speaking trumpet as the distance between the ships increases.
Were I a card-playing man, Captain, I might name you the Joker of the deck. But that would be unjust coming from a fool.
Will they be all right?
They'll be fine once the tide lifts them up, and once they've rid themselves of all their cargo. The treasure.
In the ship's waist, soon after, Tangent is already reeling in the rope that held the treasure boat, but there's no weight to it. Anxious looks. The end of the rope comes out of the water, severed.
Someone's cut the line and made off with our gold.
Now, look at the rope, mates. Wasn't cut clean, it was snapped. Probably by a cannonball or its sheer weight.
We'll never find it in all this fog.
We'll circle and search. 50 doubloons to the picaroon or girl that sights it first.
Rising up the mainmast later, every available foothold is occupied by a pirate, straining to see through the fog. Time passes. By the time we reach the mast top, it's nightfall.
Lodge's fishing village. Day. A listing wombat sits in the bay, its deck devoid of gear. Captain Montgomery leans over the taffrail with a hanky over his nose, talking to Bodge.
Now look here, my fine lady. We had to throw all our food overboard to come off the shoal. My crew haven't eaten for 2 days. We've already eaten all of our best shoes in the doldrums, and we haven't any gold.
Cash only, no markers, and no free samples. I ain't running a Costco around here.
I am the captain captain of his lordship, the governor's frigate. He will reward you richly for aiding us in our distress.
No credit extended. I don't like it. It smells a bit fishy.
It appears we're at an impasse.
Well, bartering for fish ain't unheard of, and if I may, some fine suit of clothes you got there, and hat.
I could simply, excuse me, I could simply press your boat into naval service and take your fish.
No reason to get nasty, Gov. Why, even them pirates have got gold enough when they stops in.
Pirates, you say?
Aye, out of the Gibbering pool.
The Gibbering Mrs. Barge.
Oh, miss! I thank ye.
Miss Barge, please be my guest aboard the Wombat for supper. I believe we're serving fresh fish.
Montgomery doffs his hat and extends it. Barge smiles.
Quarterdeck of the Fool, evening.
We have to leave in another day. We've only a trickle of water and no food left. We'll be down to eating our shoes again.
What? Leave without the gold?
Prefer dying of thirst?
Someone should die for losing our gold.
Billy, I don't like your tone.
Meant nothing by it, Captain. But that girl, she's a Jonah. She's bad luck.
Sarah's taught me that there's no such thing as luck. Just smarts, persistence, and pluck.
Friend, then which was it lost us the gold? Pluck, smarts.
Putting the gold in the boat was my command. Had I not made it, we'd be broken on that shoal like the wombat. Now we'll speak no more of it.
Aye, Captain.
Bodge's fishing boat. Bodge stands in her empty boat wearing Montgomery's uniform, about 3 sizes too small. She doffs her new hat.
Well, that's a bit stained, and there's a small deficit of jacket buttons, but it should serve well enough for public office. Pleasure doing business with you, Captain.
On the taffrail of the Wombat, Montgomery stands in his long johns, grinning maniacally.
Below decks, night. Sarah, asleep in her hammock. A single candle approaches, its bearer hidden by shadow.
The candle set down in a gimbal.
Hands quietly grasp Sarah's kitty bag, searching it.
The rummaging stops. A hand withdraws.
Sarah's golden compass. On the reverse, the governor's lion and lamb crest.
A dirty thumb rubs the crest.
The hands return the compass and ditty bag.
As he bends for the candle, McGillicuddy's gold doubloon swings from his neck into the candlelight. He blows the candle out with a terrifying smirk.
The quarterdeck of the Fool, day. Sarah sights through the ship's old sextant.
I'm making it, Captain.
Unities, turn the glass, ring the bell.
As the bell rings, McGillicuddy, Tangent, and assorted other pirates climb the steps to the quarterdeck with cutlasses drawn. In front of them are the foremost jacks, Gumbo and Branch, hands raised in surrender. McGillicuddy brandishes a flintlock pistol.
It tolls for thee, peril. Your turn at captain is hereby ended.
A pirate doesn't need a reason to mutiny, since they're an untrustworthy, sneaking, slinking, blackguardly, skulking lot. But tell me, McGillicuddy, why?
We're still a bad luck ship. You've lost us our treasure and you've gone girlish. There, I said it, girlish! With whispers for pity and kindness.
You can't blame her for all our bad luck and give her no credit for the good luck.
Oh, I'm like you. I say there's no such thing as luck. There's only spies, enemy agents, and traitors.
McGillicuddy grabs Sarah's ditty bag and pulls out her golden compass. Sarah yelps in surprise.
Feast your eyes on the governor's crest.
McGillicuddy tosses the compass to Peril, who traces the lion and lamb crest thoughtfully.
What's this, Sarah Seagull?
My real name is Sarah Hope. My father is the governor. But Captain Pearl, I never met.
Talk all you like in the Orla. Put 'em below.
The mutineers menace the prisoners down the main hatch.
Since our former captain saw fit to throw our food overboard, laying a course for bodges. We'll fill our bellies, then keep after the gold.
The governor's study in Seacliff, day. Through the window, the listing broken wombat at anchor. A careworn, distracted Governor Montgomery stands before his desk dressed in Bodge's filthy clothes.
The wombat, I fear, is wrecked. It might be used for salvage to build a new ship, but that will take months.
And with the French squadron menacing our trade, they might make so bold as to take Seagull.
I can't hope to defeat a squadron of 3 ships that mount 122 cannon between them, even if the wombat were seaworthy.
122 guns! And my daughter's out there somewhere, Captain.
Your lordship, I've good reason to believe Sarah was aboard the pirate.
On the Gibbering Fool? You saw her?
The Fortress Library flashback. A replay of Sarah looking distressed, blotting up tea. The ink of scrape-bottom shoals runs.
Somehow the pirate captain knew that the shoals were not on my map. Only Sarah could have known that.
The governor's study, back to present.
Good God! She wasn't hurt!
No, I wanted them alive. I shot high at their rigging and sails.
You must go after them, Captain Montgomery. At once!
By your leave, I will.
But you haven't a ship!
Not yet, I haven't. But I shall.
The orlop deck of the pool. The captive pirates crowd into the dank, dark bottom of the ship, a single candle illuminating their faces.
Doctor of the governor, I was a fool. A gibbering fool.
Captain, I didn't mean to.
Hunted this whole time by the governor's ship. Lucky Sarah Seagull indeed.
You must believe me, I didn't.
What chafes me most? I could have held you for a lovely ransom.
McGillicuddy likely will.
They all look up. On deck above them, McGillicuddy is heard shouting indistinct orders.
Never mind McGillicuddy. He'll fail on his own merits.
Above, something heavy is dropped, and then a howl.
Bodge's Fish Bay. The Fool floats in the bay as before, but there are a lot more fishing boats than usual. Bodge, back in her old clothes, skulkily unloads fish into a cargo net.
What's keeping you, Bodge? Get them fish loaded.
I'm working top speed.
Bodge is up to something. As she loads fish, the other fishing boats float closer to the Fool unnoticed.
I found the treasure of the Santa Isabel single-handed. 'Twas in our grasp when our dull-witted captain, former captain, lost it for us again.
The fishing boats have floated to the far side of the Fool, and Montgomery with his crew are creeping up the sides.
I wouldn't mind trying me hand at fishing once I retire with this treasure. Easy days with me hernia belt slung loose, the breeze blowing my stink to windward. No meetings, no conference calls, no committees. So if you don't mind putting a little rum buckaroo in it, Bodge, we're anxious to be off. Somewhere out there, there's an open boat floating free with 16 chests of wombats!
As Montgomery shouts, his crew spills over the side with boarding axes and swords. The pirates are taken by surprise.
Run for your lives!
The pirates quickly surrender, but McGillicuddy has lost his composure, running around like a frightened child.
Ah!
The orlop, a few minutes later, the door cracks open, and Montgomery peers in.
Sarah Hope.
Captain Montgomery,
Now we've taken the Fool. It's back to the governor with you. Come along.
I'll stay here with my mates.
Go on, Sarah. We don't want you here.
We cast our lots together. We should share the same.
You never cast your lot with us. You knew rain or shine, your skin would be safe. Daughter of the governor.
I'll do my best for you, Robert.
I know you will, my sweet.
Goodbye, mates. I'll see you soon. Captain Pearl, I know you hate me, perhaps rightly so, but I will speak to my father on your behalf. For all of you.
I know his kind. Save your breath for one of your sermons when we hang.
Now let's not be bitter. The Joker of the deck has trumped the Fool, as I predicted.
Indeed he has. My hat's off to you.
Yeah.
And your riposte is as wry as they come, well done.
The mutinous pirate crew files in, led by a tear-stained McGillicuddy.
Billy, welcome. You lasted about as long as a firefly.
The governor's library. Day. Sarah enters her father's study in her dress, her hair worn girl fashion again, unsure of the welcome she'll receive. Montgomery steps in behind her.
Sarah? Oh, Sarah!
Daddy!
Sarah, how I was frightened. I thought I'd never see you.
It's good to see you too, Father.
Your hands, they're so rough. Look at you. 2 inches taller, nay, 3. And your face as brown as a nut.
And you. Your wig needs brushing and you haven't been eating well, I see.
Well, food hasn't any flavor with you gone. I'm so very glad to have you back, my dearest darling girl.
I'm glad to be home, Daddy.
Governor's dining room, evening. Once again at the large table, but now all at the same end, Sarah, her father, and Alistair share a meal.
And if you held the car up to the island, the silhouette matched perfectly, like a puzzle piece. And there was a gold of all kinds and a golden sextant that I got first choice, which is quite known among the pirates, but I lost it in the sea, crossing the straight bottom shoals. Oh, we lost all the treasure.
Sarah, slow down for all love.
I'm sorry, Father. It was all so exciting.
You become a regular pirate, Sarah.
They took me in like family. But we must talk about what's to become of them, Father.
No need. The law prescribes how to deal with acts of piracy.
They are not bad people, Father. Some have done bad things, most of them long ago and out of great need. Some have acted selfishly and foolishly, but they don't deserve to hang.
Am I to simply ignore the law, Sarah?
Father, I'll agree to go to finishing school if only you'll deal with them fairly. They are my teachers, my shipmates, my friends.
I can see how one living among them might harbor some notion of their stained honor, ill-treated by the world. But at bottom they are rogues and villains.
A few are, yes. I make no quarrel, but give them their lives back and you will see their quality.
Sarah, I'm sorry, but it is out of my hands. It is the courts that must decide their fate.
Sarah's bedroom. Morning. Sarah sits at the edge of her bed yawning, then looks around her room. Everything is exactly as she left it. She rises, gives a wistful look at the flag exemplar with its Jolly Roger and the legend Beware the Pirate. From the window seat, she uses a small telescope to see.
Insert the Fool. At anchor, now flying the Union Jack. Uniformed sailors work its masts and yardarms. Captain Montgomery stands on the quarterdeck in a new captain's uniform, barking indistinct orders. The Wombat, dismasted and derelict, sits where the land and jetty meet. Return to sea.
Sarah crosses to her window, takes out a dress covered in bows and ugly as sin. Is she giving in to her father's will?
The Wombat Hope afternoon. Sarah Hope, in her bow dress and curls, walks up the gangplank carrying a basket, stopping at a red-coated guard.
Food for the prisoners.
The guard lifts the napkin on the basket with his bayonet. Bread loaves. He takes one and nods Sarah onto the ship. Another guard unlocks the main hatch and Sarah disappears below. The hatch thumps closed. A deadbolt whacks ominously. The Wombat, now a prison hulk. Below decks is one giant prison cell. No cannon, no comforts. Dark, dank, and from the look on Sarah's face, fetid. The ship creaks with neglect, the very atmosphere haunted.
Hello? Rabbit? Captain Peril?
Pirates materialize from the darkness like phantoms.
Sarah? It's lucky Sarah Seagull come to visit her sea daddy.
The pirates surround Sarah, greeting her happily.
We knew you wouldn't forget us.
Dresses, cows, and what's this? An astonishing monstrous dress.
Peril approaches grimly.
Someone would like a word with you.
Captain Peril stands aside. McGillicuddy and Tangent cower in the shadows, hesitant and contrite.
Miss Sarah, I'm sorry for the troubles we caused ye. I've no better excuse than greed and frustration and anger issues.
Well, and hunger too, right?
I might have been a bit hangry. And jealous, I'll admit. Impatient too. All this time wasted pirating when my real dream was to be a simple fisherman.
Well, perhaps there's still time.
And I never thanked ye for saving me life. That loose cannon back in scene 43.
Silly Billy McGillicuddy, I'm proud to call you my shipmate.
I owe you an apology too, Sarah. I should never have doubted you.
Since we're confessing, I thought I'd have no call with the governor.
You've spoken with your father.
I have. He refuses our clemency.
It comes as no surprise to us.
That is why I brought you this.
She pulls the napkin off the bread basket to reveal loaves of bread.
That's very kind of you, Sarah. I could eat.
Peril knowingly pulls out a few loaves and breaks them before discovering a small pistol. As Peril holds it aloft,
Prizes in the middle? What a grand idea! Oh, but think, like, if it were little trinkets, a token, a tin sailor, or some such, why, the children would flock to your bakery with their mom's coin a jingle in their pockets.
That's my girl.
Sarah whisks off her ugly dress to reveal her pirate garb beneath, much to the pirate's approval.
Now then, I saw only 2 gods above.
At that moment, a gigantic boom shatters the evening. Then another, and another, as the pirates run to the gun ports.
They're bolted shut, but you can just peek through the cracks.
Seacliff Harbor, through a crack. An enormous French flagship, smoke rolling from her cannon, chaos on the wharf, townsfolk and soldiery run in panic.
Below decks,
It's the French squadron. I have to get to my father.
Sarah runs to the hatch and bangs with all her might.
Open up, God! God, open up!
Peril pulls her back down.
Sarah, the guards have been called away for defense, no doubt. We'll be forgotten for the time being.
We have to do something. We can't let them walk in and just capture my father and Seacliff.
Actually, we can. Being unguarded, however, we really ought to exploit the situation to make our escape.
But you haven't a ship, and you'll be rounded up in a few days if you try to escape on land.
Then we'll have to steal a ship.
You're far too outgunned. The French would have you unmasted before you got past the breakwater.
No point escaping if we can't run. And we can't do nothing in this hole.
Peril runs to a gun port to watch with Sarah.
Later, far less light enters the gun port as crack as Sarah watches intently through it.
The firing stopped.
I can barely make it out, but the French flag is flying over the fort. My father and brother are either prisoners or...
Just Bob puts his arm around her shoulders.
On a beach, late evening, something catches the hermit's eye. The bow of a boat approaching the breakers 50 yards out, the hermit gapes at an oncoming boat. He runs toward it, toe going into his pants, falling twice. Finally, he fights the surf to beach the boat. Peeking in, his eyes grow to the size of goose eggs. Inside the boat are 15 treasure chests of the Santa Isabel, covered in gold doubloons. The hermit laughs, looks up at the sky.
I didn't know you delivered!
He picks up a handful of doubloons, lets them fall like sand through an hourglass.
Might have saved me so much time! I'll never get it back!
The Wombat Hulk night. Just Bob and Sarah sit together in candlelight.
You've been thinking on something this last hour and more. I can even tell by candlelight it ain't about being helpless in this hulk.
We are not helpless, mates. We're going to prove once and for all that we can make our own luck. We are going to escape this hulk, and we are going to fight.
But Sarah, between the French and his lordship the governor, we ain't got...
She's right, fools. We can't dodge fate forever. If we're to swing anyway, let's make them doubt their judgment and swallow hard to hang good women and men such as us. Let's follow Lucky Sarah.
I'd follow her anywhere.
I'd follow her off a cliff. If it was a short cliff.
What's on your mind, Sarah?
First, we're going to open up one of these gun forts where the wood is weak and wormy.
Just take your pick.
Oh, the lads are mighty
Scott prison cell, or swing on gallows hello.
I stand before the judge in dread and hang my weary pirate's head. Did my small sins deserve this bed? I ask no more, amen. The sentence to be carried out.
But from the gallery a shout. My pirate mates have come to rout the hangman and his men.
A gigantic crack, and the lid splits, swallows up McGillicuddy. The pirates cheer and pass it on style.
All right, girl. All right, mates. We can see our way to freedom. Now we have to plan. Gather round.
Montage, narration over action.
We attack on 3 fronts. First half of us need to retake the Gibbering Pool to blockade the French ship in the harbor.
The Wombat. Sarah squeezes through the broken gun port, throws the bolt on the prison hatch. Pirates silently escape onto the deck of the Wombat.
Aye, with no danger of attack, the French Commodore will give his crew shore leave tonight. The ships won't have many Frenchies on them. Just the harbor grooms, and them in no shape to fight.
Quarterdeck of the Fool under French guards, scattered wine bottles, and a raucous card game. Peril springs onto the deck, Sarah's pistol in hand. A Frenchman grabs his sword, Branch knocks it away. The French raise their arms in surrender. Peril holds an index finger to his lips.
Good. Now we know the Fool hasn't any cannon since we sent them to the bottom of this great bottom shoals. But there's some fine logs on the wharf. Those can be used for our guns.
The wharf near the Gibbering Fool. A line of pirates carry logs of a cannon's dimension up the gangplank.
Oh, what size bowl do they take?
You won't need to fire them. You're going to float the Fool in behind the French frigate and run your guns out as if to rake her.
The length of the Fool. Pirates position a log behind each gun port and rig tackle.
Aye, Sarah, aye. It's a bluff. But I'll wager in the dark logs will be cannons enough. They'll strike their colors at the mere threat.
The Fool's weapons locker. Branch arms eager pirates.
And if they don't?
And if they don't, lock yards and take her pirate fashion.
Figurehead of the Fool scowls, spoiling for a fight. Quarterdeck of the Fool, Peril at the ship's wheel. A sail cascades down the mainmast as Peril looks anxiously at the clifftop battery.
Okay, and then the second ship in your fleet, the Wombat.
A wombat, but she's not but a hulk.
She'll float enough for a fire ship. Gumbo, you, Levi, and Barrett quietly load with as much whale oil as you can find at dockside. Just follow your nose.
The docks nearest the Wombat hulk. Gumbo, Levi, and Barrett hide behind barrels as French revelers pass by. Once past, the 3 leap into action, rolling barrels up the Wombat's gangplank.
Cut her anchor cables and steer her towards the French flagship.
Aye, aye!
Deck of the Wombat hulk. Levi and Gumbo slosh whale oil over the deck, while Barrett axes the anchor rope. Lantern at ready, Gumbo eyes the clifftop battery, its French flag fluttering.
Finally, we need to release the prisoners from the fort and take the clifftop battery. With mastery the high guns, the French Commodore's fleet will be at our mercy, by land and by sea. He'll have no choice but to surrender.
The back alleys of Seacliff. Sarah leads the foremost Jacks and the pirate brass choir through darkened streets. Outside a rowdy tavern, Nob finds a leaning pyramid of French muskets and hands them out as the Jacks pass. Just past the muskets, a tidy stack of brass instruments. The pirate brass choir helps themselves.
That'll be a risky proposition. You can't just walk into a prison.
French horsemen gallop up the wooded road toward the fortress. Sarah and the Fool step from their hiding places behind trees after they pass.
We won't be using the front door. I know a secret way into the lower jails. We can truss up the jailers without ever entering the fort above.
The fortress wall, the same vine-hidden door that Sarah left when she ran away. The pirates warily follow her in.
But what of the battery? I'm sure it's going to be well garrisoned.
Those we release from the jail will help us take the battery. An attack from the jail will be unexpected.
The rough-hewn tunnel curves through solid rock to reveal 2 French guards arm wrestling outside the jail cells.
When almost ready to take the clifftop battery, fire a blue flare. Gumbo, that's the signal to light the Wombat afloat and send it toward the French Commodore's flagship.
The grunts of arm wrestling French guards lead into the end of the montage. End montage.
A torch-lit guardroom, night. Pirates spring from the tunnel and easily overpower the arm-wrestling French guards.
Father! Alistair! Father!
The stone prison cells are crowded with anxious British sailors and soldiers appearing at the bars, but no Governor Hope. Then,
Sarah? Sarah, over here!
Governor Hope hugs Sarah through the bars.
I knew you'd be safe, my smart girl.
Oh, Father, I'm so glad you're alive. Alistair, are you all right?
We're fine. Sarah, you're a sight for sore eyes.
But who's rescued us?
These are my mates, Father. Pirates. The same that were imprisoned by you in the hole.
They're saying quite a lot that I captured. I recognize their stench.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Father, before I release you and your troops, I must have your promise to pardon them all, everyone. As governor, that is in your power.
My own daughter? A blackmailer?
I am a pirate after all.
Captain Moffat of the Chance steps from behind the governor.
This ship and its crew cost me a fine piano, 'tis true, but their repairs most surely saved my ship and crew into port.
Ah, yes, the pirate crew with a heart of gold, every man jack of them.
Would it gold, they'd have traded it for a father's worth of grog.
We do like our grog, it's true. But nothing would be more dear to us than to win back our old lives before we were outcasts and fugitives.
Father, this is my sea daddy Robert Snow. No finer English cove ever escaped out of prison, and it's with him you must shake to seal our bargain, if we have one.
Very well. If we're rid of the French, pardons for all. You're the ranking officer, Mr. Snow?
I suppose I am.
Very well. The French spiked all the cannon when they captured the battery this afternoon.
Yeah, the guns are useless. They can't be fired, and the French know it.
Spiked and useless it is.
Every last one. I tried to stop them myself.
Gentlemen, if I may be so bold, I am ranking officer, but our chief tactician, what's brought us this far in success, should be consulted.
Chief tactician? What on earth are you talking about?
No, get out of it. Get.
Oh, right, sorry.
I have a plan. To the battery!
In a cell, the two French guards wordlessly continue their arm wrestling contest.
Near the cliff-top battery, night. Sarah leads the now large group along a low wall. She huddles with just Bob, Montgomery, and her father.
Captain Montgomery, you take garrison with the wombats, cut off any counterattack from the barracks.
We should be happy too.
Robert, take the fools and secure the powder magazine. Bring out as many powder kegs as you can carry.
Done.
Just Bob hands Sarah the blue flare.
Here, Sarah. You do the honors.
She smiles and plants the flare in the ground.
Father, there's going to be some dangerous work. You, me, and Alistair must play our parts.
Of course. I was thinking that perhaps we could...
Before he could finish, Sarah fires the flare. The sky is filled with a shower of brilliant blue sparks.
We have to guard the road against French reinforcements. Follow me.
The governor and Alistair chase Sarah down the road toward the governor's house to the sound of
Wombats! Quarterdeck of the Fool. The blue light of the flare glows on Peril's upturned face.
Avast, you Frenchmen lubbers!
Quarterdeck of the French frigate. Several Frenchmen rouse out and spy the fool behind them. Intercut the fool in the French frigate.
Prepare to raker!
Grape shot loaded, point blank range, ready to fire, Captain! A yank on the tackle ropes and the fool runs her guns out. A pirate stands behind each log with a smoking slow match. The Frenchman's eyes grow wide, their arms shoot up.
Very well. Prepare to board.
Peril pets one of the cannon logs with a satisfied grin.
the Wombat fire ship simultaneous. The blue flare reverses Gumbo's worried look. She throws her lantern into an open hatch and takes the wheel. Levi and Barrett light more fires with torches.
Cliff top at the edge of the woods. Night. The road runs steeply down from the cliff into the woods. A 5-high pyramid of cannonballs stands at the top of the road.
Sarah, mightn't reinforcements number, well, quite a few more than we three?
Sarah appears behind her father, rolling a cannonball.
I would think so. Alistair, bring the longest board you can find from the wood pile. Father, help me with these cannonballs.
The battery powder magazine. As the brass choir plays rousing fight music, Just Bob and the 4-Max Jazz storm into the magazine, fists flying at 8 slightly inebriated Frenchmen. Nob corners an opponent and makes karate-like moves. The Frenchman backs away, intimidated. Just Bob has a classic fist fight with the sergeant. It's duck and blow, bare knuckles action. A Frenchman clouts a brass choir trumpeter with a club. Sala takes the club and whacks the Frenchman back. A little respect, that's the first chair trumpet. Nob continues his wild gesticulations. The intimidation factor begins to falter. The Frenchman grapples him. When Just Bob is knocked to the floor, a pewter mug slips over his hand. He shrugs, rises, and uses it like brass knuckles to cold clock his opponent. Bong! Sala grabs the French head under each arm and conks them together. They fall unconscious. Nob is being throttled by his opponent when Just Bob wallops the Frenchman on the head with his mug. Bong!
Can I introduce you to my friend?
The Frenchman flies down a grinning Nob to the floor. The remainder of the Frenchmen are being polished off.
Power kegs, mates.
The pirates shoulder 2 apiece and head for the door.
The wombat figurehead looks like the rabid wombat of the apocalypse screaming out of Hades. Behind it, the ship burns like a napalm pyre. On the quarterdeck, a profusely sweating Gumbo peeks over the flames to steer a course toward the flagship, moving ever closer.
Hey, tail it, mates! I'm right behind!
Levi and Barrett leap overboard. Gumbo fixes the wheel on course with rope loops. With a final look towards the cliff top, she leaps into the sea.
Guarding the road up to the battery, continuous. A long board across the road. On the uphill side, a row of 8 cantaloupe-sized 24-pound cannonballs evenly spaced. Alistair, Sarah, and her father listen intently and wait. Through the nearby sound of the skirmishing, marching feet approach. Sarah sits behind the board, rests her feet on it.
Here they come. Ready?
Anxious nods from Alistair and Dad, who now kneel holding opposite ends of the board. Quick marching up the road, a squad of 15 French infantrymen. On the road at the hilltop,
I never fired 8 cannons at once.
she kicks the board in front of the cannonball with all her might, freeing it from the cannonball's weight. Alistair and Dad lift the board out of the way. The cannonballs begin to roll. With a few helpful kicks, they disappear into the darkness. They wait. The marching grows louder. Nothing happens. They look at each other. What's plan B? The marching stops. Shouts from below, then mayhem. The 3 hopes smile and run to a second row of balls now revealed up the road. Behind that rank, a 3rd row waits.
Shall we send a second volley?
As before, Sarah kicks the board. Alistair and Dad lift it out of the way. The balls start rolling.
Commodore's cabin of the French flagship. A steward is rousing Commodore Meland out of bed.
But Monsieur Commodore, something is afoot!
What is it this time? Another of your damnable pollen souffles?
Oh!
Through the windows behind him, the orange glow of the approaching fireship. The Commodore slowly turns. The fireship in sight, the Commodore lets out a small scream, leaps up in his bedclothes.
Sacre bleu!
Sacre brown! Peril on the Fool.
McGillicuddy.
McGillicuddy steps forward.
Billy, you were right about the Santa Isabel. You and your golden doubloon. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. You have command of the Fool. Careful where you point those guns.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Peril leaps from his quarterdeck to the French frigate, his sword poised. The Frenchman's deck swarms with pirates, but the Frenchmen are too busy watching the fireship approach, their beautiful flagship.
All prisoners below decks, French. Trainer on starboard. No, wait, larboard guns at that French sloop of war. Let's bring her to heel.
Larboard guns it is, sir.
A few dozen yards away, the French sloop is full of activity.
Guarding the road up to the battery, continuous. Alistair takes a turn kicking the board, releasing the cannonballs. There's a cacophony rising from the road below.
A secret weapon, gravity.
That should turn the attack on this front. I'm going to check on my mates. Well done, Hopes of Seacliff.
Simultaneously, Sarah steps in for a missed high five. Alistair scrubs a weird group hug, and the governor aborts a handshake. After the briefest of acknowledgments, Sarah runs back toward the battery. Governor Hope throws his arm across Alistair's shoulders.
The hopes of Seacliff, indeed. Let's set up another volley, just in case.
The Clifftop Battery, Montgomery, and the Wombats head toward the battlements.
Outside the battery barracks, 5 wombats stand with their backs to the barracks door, fighting to keep it closed. Frenchmen push from within.
Lend a shoulder to this cart.
Montgomery tries to push the heavy cart. More wombats arrive to help.
To the door!
Montgomery and his crew push the wagon in front of the door, relieving those that were holding it shut. French shouts from within.
To the battlements!
The Clifftop Battery. Wombats pour down the battlements. The remaining French guards flee. The Clifftop. The Jacks arrive at the Clifftop and run into Sarah.
There's enough powder here for a house full of ladies' faces.
Or one not so pretty French Commodore.
Pirates laugh and peek over the cliff edge.
Saints and sinners, there's a glorious huge ship down there.
Just Bob pulls out a handful of fuses.
I think I know what you have in mind. Bring us a match, mates.
Nob and Sala disappear as Just Bob corks a fuse into the top of a powder cask.
Quarterdeck of the French flagship. Commodore Milan stands at the taffrail of his flagship in his nightshirt, directing fire crews at the flaming Wombat, now nearly alongside. French sailors work the water pumps as others throw bucketfuls of water towards the flames.
At the cliff's edge, Nob and Sala return pushing a cannon on wheels.
Knob, them cannon don't fire.
Maybe not, but they roll plenty good.
Nob hands Just Bob a slow match, and the 2 pirates continue pushing their cannon toward the cliff edge. Sarah touches the match to the fuse, and Just Bob gives the powder keg a kick to send it rolling off the cliff. Sarah and Just Bob look at each other when, boom! A brilliant flash of light and a massive explosion. They collapse on their butts, but exchange excited grins.
Shall we do another?
I should love it of all things. A trifle longer fuse, if you please.
Aye.
Looking up from below the cliff, 3 sparking casks roll over the cliff's edge. The quarterdeck of the French flagship. 3 massive explosions as the kegs detonate just above. Commodore Milan looks up in horror just in time to see a cannon plummeting towards the quarterdeck. He leaps aside at the last moment, hugging his steward and screaming. The cannon shatters the quarterdeck and crashes through 2 more decks below. We follow the Commodore's gaze up to the cliff's edge.
Where Nob and Sala shake hands and grin.
Quarterdeck of the French flagship. The Commodore lies on the deck in a swoon as the steward fans with a hanky.
But Monsieur Commodore, you are not wounded.
Nonsense! I have blood on my collarbones!
It's a wine stain.
What? Don't be ridiculous. Well, what's this then?
Last night's gravy.
The Commodore scratches and tastes it.
Too much salt! Oh! What are you using on these stains? I told you, cold water!
3 more gigantic blasts rock the ship from above.
Gah! Strike the colors in this madness and this outrageous accent too!
The jetty nearby. Gumbo and her mates climb dripping onto the jetty, helped by a group of townspeople. On the flagship, the French tricolore is replaced by a white flag. Gumbo, her mates, and the crowd let loose a giant cheer.
Hey!
On the small French sloop, Harold, Branch, and several pirates have boarded and fight the stubborn French crew with cutlass, axe, and club. Harold parries a blow, prepares to counterstrike when the Frenchman raises his arm and drops his sword, seeing something over Peril's shoulder. Peril turns to see what has caused the sudden surrender. It's the white flag of the French flagship. The fools cheer as the fighting comes to a standstill.
Well done, Lucky Sarah. Well done.
On the cliff top, continuous. Sarah and the fools are joined by her father, Alistair, and Captain Montgomery. Just below them, the white flag of surrender flies atop the flagship's mainmast. Nob and Sala have affixed a giant Union Jack to the rope of the cliff-top flagpole. Nob extends the rope to Governor Hope to do the honors. Governor Hope takes the rope, then offers it to Just Bob.
The honor should be yours, sir.
Thank you kindly, sir. But there's one above all else should do the honors.
Just Bob offers the rope to Sarah, who balks in disbelief.
Come along now, my sweet. You've more than earned it.
Sarah steps forward, her look of doubt changing to a wide smile as she hoists the colors high.
Welcome home to the brave pool of the Gibbering fools.
With the fools and wombats cheering, a brass commentary rings out. It is, of course, the pirate brass choir. The Union Jack unfurls and flutters in the breaking dawn. Fade to
A tavern later. The hermit, now well dressed, sits alone staring dejectedly into the fireplace when a billiard ball rolls to his feet. Gumbo appears, cue in hand, to retrieve it.
A much simpler game by land, but you wouldn't know it to watch me play.
I was never any good by land or sea.
What ails you, friend?
Oh, a tragic tale. I've all the gold 100 men could spend, but I can find no use for it. All I can think to spend it on is my family, which I abandoned to look for the gold. 'Twas a pointless undertaking.
I know that road. Lost a father, turned pirate to search far and wide for him, but no luck so far.
The glint of Gumbo's bosun call catches the hermit's eye.
May I?
Of course. What you hold there is the last scrap of the treasure of the Santa Isabel. That jagged edge there was a map to it. Had it dug out and divided fair, but then away it floated to only dear knows where.
Examining it, the hermit's eyes go wide.
Where did you come by that?
'Twas the last thing my father gave me before he left us, near 25 years since.
Meave Gumbo?
Pa?
A beat as they take each other in, then a hard embrace.
Seacliff Day, looking very much as it did at the beginning, but now with the gibbering fool at anchor flying a Union Jack.
The Governor's Library, day. On the wall, a romantic painting showing the Hopes in their valiant cannonball rolling action, and titled, The Hopes of Seacliff Bowl 9 Pins with the French. The Governor appears to have lost weight, grown hair, and gained muscle mass. The French have grown from a squad to a company in number. At a table sits Sarah, where long ago some tea was spilt. She pores over another chart with compass, divide, and rule. Captain Peril, in a new Royal Navy captain's uniform, nods at Sarah, stands at the window admiring his ship.
Sherry? I think that settles your orders. I congratulate you on your new commission, Captain Peril. Am I saying that right? I'm trying to catch Sarah's inflection.
On the nose, sir. Thank you, sir.
You know, she promised to go to finishing school if I set you all free, consigned herself to a most loathsome fate on your behalf.
Sounds precisely like her, if I may say so.
Well, loathsome it may be, but we must see she keeps to her promises.
Sarah stands in panic, knocking her tea. And before it can hit the chart, she's got the teacup under it. Chart saved.
To finishing school she must go, and you're just the captain to take her there.
It would be a great honor, sir.
To finishing school.
Finishing school. Just the thing.
A storefront in Seacliff. Nob stands outside a shop, which hangs the hand-painted sign, Nob's Bakery. An urchin approaches. Nob kneels, breaks a roll in half and offers it. The urchin tears off a bite, reveals a farthing coin. Nob grins.
A well-kept stone building. Above the door, the sign, Open Arms Orphanage. In the yard of the orphanage, children lie giggling in a huge mound. The mound moves, and from beneath it emerges Sala, wearing a blindfold. She roars like a lion, and the children gleefully disperse.
Whoa! I'm a lion!
The window of a comfortable cottage. Just Bob peeks in. The cottage parlor. Just Bob watches from a window as a woman counts time for a girl playing a piano. Just Bob disappears, and momentarily the woman and girl rise to answer the door. The front door of the cottage, balancing a large dressmaker's box, Just Bob knocks. Roberta, a sweet-faced girl of about Sarah's age, answers, followed by her mother, Clarissa. A moment of astonished recognition passes, then Clarissa cries in disbelief as she hugs Just Bob and pulls him in. A tear trickles down Just Bob's cheek.
Bodge's Fishbay, figurehead of the fool. The newly painted court jester beams from ear to ear. The newly painted ship's name in gold letters, Clever Jester.
Forecastle of the Clever Jester, continuous. The pirate brass choir plays a fanfare in matching sailor uniforms.
On the quarterdeck, Captain Peril leans over the fife rail and waves to the fishermen. But in Bodge's boat sits former Captain Montgomery, and next to him, Billy McGillicuddy. And now you see it. Juxtaposed, they are perfect mirror images of one another. They must be identical twins.
Are you two...
McGillicuddy and Montgomery look up, look at each other, then look at Captain Peril in perfect synchronicity.
What's that, Captain?
Have you noticed that you seem to be enjoying retirement? Stop
Very
by
narrow.
for fish anytime.
Peril salutes them as McGillicuddy yanks the fish out of his bowl, which smacks Montgomery right in the face.
Aye, sorry as ever I was, mate. All well and good. It's a thing with me. Let's call it a superpower.
On the quarterdeck,
Insert a brass sextant, engraved with HMS Clever Jester. Added above the lion and lamb crest, a fierce eagle-like seagull, wings spread. Back to sea.
dropping the sextant from her eye, a naval lieutenant turns to reveal herself as Sarah Hope, every inch the officer.
I'm making it, Captain.
Lesson 1 of Naval Finishing School. Pause off the captain's #1 scraper.
All's up for this, sir.
Turn the glass and ring them up for victuals. Lieutenant Hope, after your watch, drop a course for the Canaan Islands. The governor commands a survey. They're a damnable danger to navigation.
To the Keenings. Aye, sir.
The ship's waste. The deck filled with sailors, some former pirates, some from the Wombat. Sarah slides down the step rail and lands next to Alistair. As he snaps to attention, he puts his foot into a bucket.
Midshipman Hope, there's a bucket on your foot. You may want to exchange stockings before returning to duty.
Yes, Lieutenant.
You're going to do fine, Alistair. You'll find your sea legs. One hand for you, one for the ship.
One hand it is, Lieutenant.
Make sail!